Okay, good evening. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I see our attendees just joining. Welcome to DAAYTA 2022. And that is the Deji Ali ARM Young Talent Award 2022. So welcome, everyone. Just give a few seconds for those online to join, and then we would kick off with the national anthem. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. It's such a pleasure to be your host this year again. Okay, I see us. Yeah, we're heading towards 100 attendees now. Okay, gradually approaching that. All right. It's 1 minute past 6 o'clock. I would say welcome everyone again. And of course, we'll open the show, not the show, we'll start the event with the national anthem, and that will be on cue right about now. So let's honor our country with the national anthem. Is my producer there? All right, thank you very much. That was our national anthem. A great country indeed. And of course, tonight we're gathered here to listen and interact with people who want to make Nigeria a better nation, just like the wordings of our national anthem. So I bid everyone a very warm welcome. All right, this is the DAAYTA 2022, and ARM has consistently, for the last couple of years, proven that it is an organization that understands the need to support the next generation of entrepreneurs. So we appreciate the brand. All right, for those online, everyone is online. So please, if you go to bit.ly.data2022-brochure, you can download a copy of the brochure. We would like to implore everyone to use the hashtag on social media, and that is hashtag DAAYTA 2022. That is hashtag DAAYTA 2022. Okay, we'll need you to help us make this trend tonight. Also, if you download that, you will see the exact schedule for tonight, and we will try and make this on time. I will make it straight to the point. It's going to be an interesting night for everyone. You'll be listening to folks who are trying to build solutions that can affect lives positively, and that's why we're here, and that's why we love what is happening here tonight, because the game changers are here, and we have our Georgies who would all be the ones to sort of tell us who should be that grand winner. Right, on this note, I'd like to invite the CEO of ARM to please give us a message. That's Ms. Jumoke Odutola. Please, ma'am, let's go on with the message. It's a video. The next, please.
Congratulations to all our contestants, especially those of you who have made it to this final round. DAAYTA has over the years focused on companies that deliver profit with purpose, and I do not expect that the underlying objectives of our contestants this year would be different. However, I'm looking forward to hearing innovations today that solve tomorrow's problems, ideas that inspire others, We all know that digital revolution is enabling us to push boundaries, and today we're able to solve far more complex problems faster and faster. The world is constantly changing. Therefore, you're more likely to stand out if your ideas not only anticipate problems that may arise in the future, but also provide solutions to them so that you're ahead of the curve. So whilst we may celebrate the ideas of last year or yesterday, solutions today for tomorrow's problems will trump them. These are the ideas that will captivate your audience and the world. So remember that by building for others, you're also building for yourself. I commend you for making it this far and for believing in yourself. You have been prepped by the best in the field, so let that reflect in your pitch. You never know. There may be someone in the audience who may open new doors of opportunities for you. I wish you the very best.
I'm here to talk about the DAAYTA 2022 program and the exciting number of finalists we found and the great things they're doing. You've got people doing everything from biodigestive innovation to power hubs. I mean, we've got Save As You Earn. We've got people who are doing book readers for the visually impaired, device insurance. I mean, it is really phenomenal, the range of high impact solution providers we've got at DAAYTA 2022 this year. And I'm quite excited. I wonder who's going to win.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gundari and Tidi. I made an error earlier on. My apologies. Thank you very much for that warm welcome message. And I'd like to also sort of introduce the team behind. I won't be doing that. There's a video for that. So let's cue that video as well. Okay. Yeah.
To welcome you to the DJALI ARM Young Talent Award, DAAYTA 2022. We started DAAYTA in honor of the founder of ARM, Mr. DJALI, to reflect what he stands for, a keen entrepreneur, someone who is big on developing young people and also impacting the society. This year, 2022, we had over 900 applications. Out of the over 900, we have narrowed down to 7 startups that you'll be listening to today. It has been a very rewarding experience for us because we've been privileged to work with seasoned professionals in the ecosystem who have partnered with us as mentors, coaches, and promoters of this initiative. So for us, it's something that we would like to continue to do because it is a way for us to continue to give back, develop young people, and impacting the environment.
Thank you to our program director, Ms. Uche Azubike. Thank you for that warm welcome message as well. All right, quickly we'll move on to our next part, which is the introduction of the Georgies. And so we've got 7 Georgies this year that will be listening to the startups. I'll just quickly call their names of all the Georgies. There's a video, right? Yeah, there's a video. Okay, yes, welcome our Georgies.
For 2022, my expectations from the program this year are basically 4. The first one being innovation and display of talent from the finalist participants. And this is one of the things that signify the objectives of DAAYTA, DAAYTA Young Talent Annual Award. The second one being impact. It needs to be an idea that makes an impact on the immediate environment or even on the wider environment. The third expectation is, as usual, it needs to be an idea that has a solid economic basis to make it viable. Otherwise, if it's not viable, then it's unlikely to take off and succeed. The final expectation for this year from me is to see improvements from cohort to cohort, annual cohorts. I would like to see improvements in the kind of finalists we get to see from year to year. So those are my 4 expectations.
I am very excited about the DAAYTA 2022 initiative. Why? Because as a sustainability advocate and someone who's been championing sustainability for the last 22 years, I am so thrilled to see that there are so many initiatives on the table that are actually putting the circular economy and the environment and social impact at the core of business. It's really exciting to see technology actually being used to enable and enhance business that is seeking to create value, that has young minds around the table actually trying to advocate for life-changing, world-changing ideas that can also make good business sense. And so I'm really excited that the 12 finalists who will now be pitching to us as 7 finalists will put forward their ideas animatedly, excitedly, and be facing judges who I respect and admire, and sponsored by an organization that I respect and admire, and honoring a gentleman who we all respect and admire. So it's really a pleasure to have been in the various DAAYTA judging sessions over the years, and to see how the ideas have evolved. So this year, the circular economy, the regenerative economy, seems to be at the center point of the ideas that our contestants are bringing to the table. And that just gives me so much joy in my heart.
There continues to be gaps in our everyday existence that affects not only the quality of our lives, but also the ability to progress from our present levels. The last 2 years have revealed these gaps in a much greater way. Typically, they would have been papered over by other events. The innovators that we'll be looking for 2022 would be those that are trying to solve some of these everyday challenges, those that are trying to solve for these gaps, whether the gaps are in non-urban settings, a subsector as opposed to the main sector, or maybe in forgotten markets that have basically been excluded. The solutions for everyday challenges will be on the top of the list, as long as it is scalable enough to deliver profit, so that it needs to be scalable enough to have a wider reach. Using technology as an enabler now has to go past scratching the surface. It has to solve the challenges that we have battled with for so long. The world is certainly moving on. We as Africans and Nigerians can no longer play catch up. We have to overtake, and the only way is through enhanced productivity and innovation. Welcome to DAAYTA 2022.
A big thank you to all our judges. I recognize that not all our judges got to submit their videos, but thank you to every single one of them, but those that submitted and those that didn't submit. We appreciate the work that you do. Before we go ahead, I'd like to appreciate the presence of Mr. Deji Ali and his lovely wife, Mrs. Falashade Ali. We are having this event in honor of a gentleman who also wants to impact the future generation. So thank you very much, sir, and welcome, sir. Welcome, man. All right. At this point, I'd like to call on the man that we all regard in the ecosystem, just to give us, before I introduce the finalists, just to give us an idea of how things will be rated tonight. If he's ready, TD, please come on stage and share that particular slide. Is TD here? He's here.
I was born ready.
Awesome. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, if they could share the slides, because we're looking at the finalists.
Yes, I know. Daniel, please just 2 steps backward.
Okay, well, while we wait for the slides, we actually have 5 criteria for assessing all candidates for a total score of out of 100. Each carries equal weight, the vision being the most significant. What are they seeing in the future and how compelling is that vision? Then the judges will look at their proposition in terms of the market strength and their different aspects of that they look at. Then they're going to look at the organization to look at the depth of the management itself and try to get their heads around understanding that. Then the economics, which are the financial returns possible and the impact potential also are assessed. And finally, where are they? What have they achieved and what kind of targets are they setting in the future? So those are the 5 areas that the judges will be assessing candidates on. You can see the details of each area on your screen. I won't go into that. But the critical thing to note is that each judge is independently scoring each candidate. And then what I do at the end is I aggregate those scores, and that is how we arrive at the winner. I trust that helps. Over to you, CFA. Thank you.
Thank you, Petey. Thank you for the work that you do. The ecosystem appreciates you for your tireless effort to see that something good comes out of the ecosystem. And guess what? Your work and the work of all the other people here is gradually paying off big time. All right. Okay, I'm sure that it's time to introduce our finalists. This year we have an interesting lineup. You will notice that there are basically 3 core verticals in this particular year, but I won't say much on that. I'll just allow you to watch this short video. Thank you.
My name is Rashid Ali, co-founder at Green. At Green, we design and develop life-changing biotechnology to solve daily waste and energy problems in Nigeria. Using technology as our front runner, we are the maker of Impulse Technology Solution that recycle human waste into reusable water.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Ezra, and I'm the founder and CEO of Aaron. And at Aaron Energy, we're providing a more affordable and sustainable energy solution for Nigerian homes. We're getting people to transition from petrol generators, which stress the user more and stresses our environment more. What we've found is the Power Hub, our device, is more affordable than even existing off-grid solutions and saves the user petrol cost, which can be challenging, especially in times like this.
Okay, my name is Father Yaolushoyi, co-founder and CEO of Cellup Limited. I have my other team members also here, which are other co-founders of Cellup.
I am David Abodunde, software engineer.
I'm Adele Kemano, Chief Technical Officer of Cellup Limited.
Cellup is a digital platform which recovers end-of-life battery cells for onward processing and second life usage, which can be applied in renewable energy storage systems, battery as a service, and e-mobility. The recovery of these cells is done through mobile app which is designed in such a way that even an uneducated person can use it without stress. After the recovery, we carry out some tests on the recovered cells, then select those ones with retained capacity based on our model, and then after that, other procedures and operations are carried out, which then lead to the packaging of these sets for our customers for buying.
Africa has a lot of smartphones and computers, and it's growing really quickly. At the moment, there are over 520 million devices in Africa. By 2025, there will be more smartphones in Africa than we have in North America. However, over 80% of these devices lack access to quality after-sales support. And this is because device manufacturers don't provide support in the region. As a result, customers spend between 30% to 100% of the value of their device to fix or replace it when they break down. Think of it this way: it's like buying a Tesla car for $100,000 and spending between $30,000 to $100,000 to fix or replace it when it breaks down. That's absurd. So typically you can describe customers' experience in two ways. When their devices break down, they find it unnecessarily difficult to fix, and they find it unnecessarily expensive to fix. And that's why we started GAMP. GAMP is an InsurTech for consumer electronics in Africa. We provide expert care for devices through device protection and device repairs. So with GAMP, customers can access instant device protection and repairs, while OEMs and retailers can offer device protection and repairs to their customers.
Hello, my name is Onyo, co-founder of MyStash. MyStash is a money management platform for Africans. We help our users to save more effectively through a lifestyle approach to saving. We have a model called the Save As You Spend or Save As You Earn model. What this basically means is that our users can save every time they spend money or every time they earn money. So in every transaction, every monetary transaction that is done, they're able to automatically save. We thought to ourselves that this is a better way to save, because now you do not have to change your style of living, you don't have to be more disciplined, and you can manage your money even better. We thought this was very important for us to do, as 3 out of 5 Africans do not have financial safety nets. And this is really alarming, because in cases of emergencies, just as when the pandemic hit, these people had little or nothing to fall back on. And so for us, it's an important problem to solve, which we have decided to tackle here at MyStash.
Hi, my name is Sunday Adeyemi. I am the CEO of the Oliver Global Enterprise. In the Oliver, we are building domestic Biodigester systems to help rural communities and upgrade settlements turn organic waste into renewable energy in the form of biogas and fertilizer. We understand it is a time when there is global challenge with energy, and our innovation really matters a lot right now, as it is helping transform the life of rural communities. Biodigesters are very old innovation, but what we are actually doing is we are adding a lot of features to it. The Olivet is the first organization in Nigeria that is building the smallest domestic biodigester systems, and they can actually be put indoors, and they can also be stationed outdoors depending on the sizes. We just want to create a society where there's no energy poverty, where people don't have to rely on firewood and on clean cooking systems. We believe this way we can improve the quality of life for the people in rural communities.
Hi, my name is Tumi Kolaole, and I'm a co-founder and CEO at Vinsight Technology. At Vinsight, we are making use of AI technology to drive inclusion for the visually impaired. According to WHO, about 26.2 million persons from Southern Africa are visually impaired. A majority of them find it difficult to read and navigate their environment independently, which has made them lose access to inclusive education and job opportunities. At Vinsight, we are currently solving this problem. How? We created an AI technology known as Vices. Vices is an AI software application which helps visually impaired persons to be able to read books independently and conveniently. The app simply works by taking pictures of books and converting into audio output for the visually impaired user to listen to. The Vices app also helps visually impaired persons to be able to identify objects and scenes around them independently and conveniently. I'm almost excited to say that the Vices app is currently being used by over 5,000 visually impaired persons in Nigeria, and our app is also currently being used in about 7 schools of visually impaired across Nigeria. Our aim is to further expand this impact to as much as 20 visually impaired schools by the end of the year. We also aim to We'll also expand our reach and our impact to as much as 20,000 vision producers at the end of the year.
At Aligreen, we are replacing Septic Tank with our novel game-changing biotechnology solution, Greenbox. Our Greenbox solution recycles human waste into reusable water in urban and suburban waterlogged community in Lagos, Nigeria. Winning this award is a testament and a validation to our work and the impact we'll be creating in our community. And it will also help us improve on our marketing strategy, improve on our managerial skill sets to take this challenge up front in building climate resilient community.
I think we'll win because solving electricity is a problem very dear to Nigerians, and having a regional player manufacturing 100% indigenously a solution that is cherished by Nigerians, that solves a very heartfelt problem, is a big win for the entire country. And I believe it's something we must promote, we must push, and we have an amazing team behind the innovations here. And we want to see how we can have 80 million Nigerians switch to Power Hub, a cleaner, more reliable alternative for power, and away from petrol generators.
Our solution contributes to the transition from burning fossil fuel to adoption of renewable energy systems and e-mobility across Nigeria and Africa at large. Our business model is innovative in such a way that it helps in the creation of employment, in the of employment. Now, right from the recovery aspect down to the packaging. Now, those that help us to recover the cells, we pay them a bespoke amount based on a number of unit cells they offer us, and those are the technical parts that help us in the packaging and then to the selling to our customers. We also pay them for their services. Therefore, we create employment with our solution. And lastly, we help to keep our environment clean and sustainable.
I think we are going to win because a couple of things. One, we have the right team. Myself, I have over 5 years of growth and after sales experience. My other co-founder has over 20 years of experience as head of retail insurance in top Fortune 500 retail insurance companies on the continent. And then my third co-founder is an amazing technical guy. He writes the codes and he is an amazing product guy.
Because in just 7 months of launching, we've been able to reach 10,000 users and save $70,000 from micro savings. We've also been able to reach people who are on our ambassadorship program, where in helping us to expand, they get paid. And we've had impact stories where people have been able to pay their school fees from the funds they receive from us. And we have people who have been able to save enough to buy a gadget, to buy a laptop to help them start a new job, or to save for their businesses, all in this short time. Now, I dare say that if we could accomplish that much in 7 months, winning this prize money would help us accomplish even more in shorter time. Another thing that I will be looking forward to is the training that we get from the Enterprise Center. That was something that will help us position us even better to scale, even as we have done the preliminary stages of proof of concepts and understanding our market.
I strongly believe I will win simply because my innovation is transforming the law of life. It is a holistic and a sustainable system, which is converting the most common items in the entire world, which is waste. It is turning it into renewable energy, and it is also creating byproducts, which is fertilizer, which can be used by small farm holders. Our Biodigester within 3 days breaks down any type of organic waste and turns it into biogas. And within 4 days pushes out the broken down organic waste component in the form of bioslurry, which can be used as fertilizer, or can even be added to animal feeds. So what we're actually doing is we're turning organic waste into economic fuel. to power stoves, to power home. As you should know, biogas can also be used to generate electricity. With a little bit of conversion on any type of generator, you can connect it to a biogas, and then it will run and it can generate electricity. Meaning, we can convert household fecal waste, organic waste, and food waste. We can turn it into cooking gas as well as electrification, and then we can get byproducts which are fertilizer. I believe what my organization is actually providing is extremely unique, and it can really transform rural Africa. And on a larger scale, it can actually be the totem and the real solution we are looking into transforming the Nigerian energy crisis.
We are so much excited, and we believe that we are a good fit for this award because we fit into the value that the Young Alum Talent Awards is trying to create, as our product and our solution and our venture as a whole is aimed at making impact and driving inclusion, and even more so, our products and our technology is also aimed at driving sustainability in the society. We are not just trying to create impact, but we are also trying to ensure that as much as we create impact, we should ensure that our users and the society is economically inclusive and economically prosperous.
All right. Thank you again for your patience and for staying through. This year, you would be listening to finalists, 2 from the fintech space, 4 from the clean energy space, and 1 from the health tech space, so to speak. Last year's winner was scrap-based technologies that's around recycling, which is on the larger environment space. So I'm looking forward to seeing who will clinch the staff prize this year. And who would help us make more impact, because that's what the DAAYTA program initiative is all about, supporting younger entrepreneurs that really want to make an impact. Okay, so this is the meat of the moment, and I would just want to share a few tips for our finalists, just as they're about to pitch. Ensure that the first one, some guidelines for you. The first one is ensure adequate lighting for video clarity. If I count the number of lights here, I have a number of lights, and that's why you see that it's quite bright here. Your duration is 5 minutes, so using the poem model, make sure you go straight and hit the nail on the head. There'll be Q&A from the judges as well. And then only 3 judges can ask questions at the end of every pitch. And we'll have the timer on your screen. So you would see the time for both the Q&A and also the time for your actual pitch. And then, just be conscious of the time and just have fun, have fun, make the most of tonight, right? For everyone on the audience, I'd like to ask you to use the hashtag DAAYTA 2022. DAAYTA till date, remains the one program or one initiative from a corporate giant that is supporting the ecosystem, year in, year out, and this has been consistent. So kudos to the ARM brand, and that's why we should make sure that this trends tonight. Yes, I see another hashtag DAAYTA till date. Awesome. Okay, at this point, we would kick off the pitch for tonight. But before we do that, I will call out the startups following the order on the screen. But before I do that, I'd like to just say a big thank you again to all our judges, Dr. Ndidi Nole Edozien, Sadiq Mohammed, Mr. Victor Asemota, Mrs. Folashade Olusanya, Mr. Kola Ina, Mr. Ina Alogu. Thank you all for your time this evening. We know that you have very limited time, and we're happy that you are also, even both here and out of here, you keep supporting the ecosystem and making the ecosystem the star boy or the star girl of the Nigerian state as of today. Okay, at this point, I would like to just quickly call on the very first finalist that will pitch tonight. and that is the CEO of Ali Green's Renewable Enterprise. That is Rashid Aliyu. Rashid, yes, thank you. That's very swift of you. On the next screen after this, where you will see your poem presentation, you will see the timer, and just it starts now. Over to you.
Have you ever imagined drinking from your pool? Irritating, right? I bet it is. This is, however, the situation facing 96.3% of households in Nigeria, according to UNICEF. This is due to the use of septic tank, popularly called soakaway, whose content goes into the ground, contaminating the nearby wells and boreholes. One greetings to you all. My name is Rashid, and my company, Ali Green, is replacing septic tank with our novel biotechnology solution, Greenbox. Our Greenbox solution recycles and treats human waste into reusable water, ideal for landscaping, washing of cars, and clothes. Our deal is to sell Greenbox solution to urban and suburban waterlogged household and estates in Nigeria at 600,000 naira per unit. Starting up from our beachhead markets, where we've identified Atibejuleki, Aja, Axis, with estimates of about 10,000 households. We believe from here we could scale up our innovation across the country, and what is obtainable in Nigeria can also be obtainable across Africa. Our ideal customers spend about 800,000 to 1 million naira per household to build septic tank in waterlogged areas. Yet they spend 50 to 100,000 naira annually to evacuate this. Our biotechnology solution helps eliminate waste disposal, and as it recycles human waste into reusable water. It's also eco-friendly. It's also eco-friendly, creating healthy air and environment. At the same time, it takes smaller space, which allows them to use those spaces for parking and other functions. At Ali Green, our vision is to solve waste and energy daily problems in Africa using technology as our front runner. The team is led by Rashid, a social innovator, and with background in electrical electronics engineering, mini MBA from Tekedia Institute, and business executive training from Lagos Business School. With experience spanning to 7 years working across sectors of waste management and energy access in Nigeria. And I also have Gabriel Simon with me, which is a wastewater management expert with 8 years experience. We are leveraging on his skills and expertise working with multinationals such as Paceland, Campina, PZ Cuisine, and Fuma to develop an innovative product that solves our customers' problems. We also have 2 board of advisory. In order to understand the pain points of our customers, we interviewed 30 households and 30 real estate developers. The feedback we got was the high cost of building the septic tank, and the recurring expense of disposing this waste, and at the same time, the high volume of water being lost. And this was the yardstick we used to build us by upcycling chemical tank into biodigester, biodigester solution Greenbox, which also helps eliminate the evacuation of this waste. And at the same time, with our purifying technology, it allows them to purify this water to be able to be reused. We've developed an IoT solution that helps remotely monitor this digester to improve the efficiency and improve the quality of life for our customers, and also notify us when there is fault in this digester. The main drivers of our business is the cost of producing one Greenbox solution and the numbers of customers we are able to serve. The cost of producing one Greenbox solution is 350,000 naira. The profit we're making is 250,000 naira. By serving 30% of our beachhead market, which is 3,000 households, in the next 3 years, we'll be making 750 million naira. This will help us impact SDG3 by creating equal job opportunity for women and youth, as these women are being trained on the installation of this Greenbox to deploy this solution to our customers. It will also help us impact SDG12 by recycling this waste into reusable water, and SDG13 with our adaptation solution, as well as life in water by eliminating this water, by eliminating this waste to go to be disposed of into the water body. Our achievements, we've been in 2020 we were incubated by Nigerian Climate Innovation Center and being supported by Orange Finance Nigeria to build our innovative products. We've also recruited a young talent which will help us design an AI artificial hub to help us identify disease in this solution and notify our customers before it becomes pandemic. And we asked the DAAYTA to support us as we build climate resilient community in Nigeria.
Time up. All right. Yeah, just about time. Okay, so we would start with the Georgies, and for the Georgies, we also have 5 minutes. So who would like to go first?
Look, I can go first.
Okay. All right, Victor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Your margin is worrisome because if your margin on each box is 250K, so and we know that things are getting costlier and costlier every day. So do you think that it's possible that the margin can increase, or will it reduce further?
Yeah.
Ideally, I think because of the rate of inflation and everything, I think you should have better margins, because I worry about this 250K margin per product, because this is also not something you're going to be selling every day too as well.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for the question. But what we are doing actually for now is just to familiarize our product to our customers. So over time, we believe when we are being known and we are being grounded as the right stakeholder to work with in this industry, we'll be able to increase our margin and make more profits.
No. The thing is, you're not going to just create margin like that from thin air. Your economics doesn't work.
We upcycle chemical tanks. It's chemical tanks we upcycle into our green box solution. So it's chemical tank is cheaper. It's compared to using concrete. So that makes it more cheaper to design compared to having to design a septic tank using concrete. So if you're using concrete, you might be spending up to $1 million. But we're using that kind of innovation by upcycling chemical tanks into a green box solution. It makes the solution more cheaper and more affordable to our customers.
Okay, Dr. Ndidi, you wanted to ask a question as well? Okay, I see you. Okay. Please go ahead.
Okay, although I saw that Ina and Sadiq had their hands up, I didn't put mine up, I just put on my camera. Let me just be very quick. So I wanted to move in, building on Victor's question. I want to zoom in on your learning and growth. You talk about being in 3 top accelerators. Can you tell me how you've improved your scalability and your what kind of new partnerships you've evolved and how you've improved your economics? Because I also have a concern about your economics, making sure that you have the right buffer and that you're able to leapfrog with this solution. I really like it, but I'm struggling with your economics.
Okay, thank you. So we started off in 2020, where we been selected into top 20 green business in Nigeria as an idea by a World Bank project, Climate Launchpad. So in 2021 was when we were incubated into Nigerian Climate Innovation Center, and we were being supported by Orange Finance Nigeria and also Friends of Both. So this was what we used to develop our innovative products. So as at that 2021, we were able to reach, we were able to launch our products, and at the same time, we were able to reach deploy 35 units of our solution. Afterwards, we partner with real estate developers to be able to scale up our innovations to our right customers, because we believe if we want to reach more of our customers, we need to partner with real estate. So currently we have partners of real estate of about 15 to, so we partner with them in order to scale our projects, because this sector we are focusing on, which is the waterlogged. And this place is, it's an niche market, which is not really attended to by most of our competitors because of the nature of the topography of the land, because of the water coming up the land, and it affects the technology. So we've been able to optimize it with our innovative IoT technology that optimize the technology, improve the efficiency to serve our customers better. And that is what we leverage on to scale our innovation across as targeted markets. I hope that answers your question, Ma.
Yes. Okay, so okay, Sadiq, quickly, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, just a quick one, riding on Victor's question. So you say the recycle chemical tanks. I don't know how scalable that is because basically you're not producing new tanks. And that could be a problem in terms of how you scale up. You have to use some material that is recycled. How scalable can you grow your business? And then in that sense, how can you compete with the regular septic tank built by blocks? Thank you.
Okay, so this septic tank is always available at every factory in Nigeria. So what we do is we buy this, and they most times they are being used in factories to for chemicals, and they dispose it off. So what we do is partner with them. We buy them in exchange for incentives. We take it down to our factory where we upcycle this. And what this does for us is that it's cheaper for us compared to when you're using block. As I said, it costs about 800 to 1 million naira to build a septic tank using concrete, because it has to go with concrete in waterlogged community due to the topography of the land. So they needed concrete, and yet this water still finds its way, which fills up this septic tank. And over time, they had to spend more money to evacuate it. But with our solution, which is this green box, using this recyclable chemical tanks, it allows us to produce a cheaper septic tank. And this is just for the starting phase of our production. And over the time, when we are readily established, what we intend to go to is to use to upcycle plastic waste from the streets, and then recycle them into our own very products that will be able to mass produce and also launch across our targeted market.
Okay, Rashid, I'd like to say thank you to you. Thank you to our Georgies. I'll have to stop you at this point. Okay, so I gave Rashid an extra 2 minutes. So I would also give an extra 2 minutes to every finalist who the judges need to ask some more questions. But, thank you, Rashid, for your pitching tonight. Okay, I'll move quickly to the next finalist because I like to make this as compact as possible. So if Emmanuel is ready, Emmanuel of Aeron Energy, if you're ready, I'd like you to turn on your video and get started now.
Hi, good evening. I'm Emmanuel, in case you guys are aware, and I'm the founder and CEO of Aeron Energy. At Aeron Energy, we pioneer breakthrough sustainable energy solutions that close the electricity access gap in Nigeria and the rest of Africa. And according to a Bloomberg study, over 80% of Nigerians lack access to renewable energy, lacks access to electricity. And that's about 3 in 4 Nigerians. What we found is that these people solve this problem using petrol generators, which are expensive to operate, having to buy fuel and source fuel. On the other hand, you have alternative energy solutions, which are too expensive for the average Nigerian. We built a device that combines all the benefits of existing off-grid solutions at the price point of a petrol generator. It's modular, plug and play, and this translates to a far cheaper installation cost. On a personal level, as far back as 2017, I had an interview with Michael Seibel of Y Combinator.
And I was super pumped and ready for this interview. And just as soon as the interview started, they took the light. This affected my morale, and unfortunately, the interview didn't go well. This experience made a huge impression on me, and I thought of ways we could address the electricity issues in the country. We came up with a solution which was too expensive at the time. Fast forward to 2021, we redid our calculations and it made sense. The economics was right. We launched the Power Hub, and within 3 months, we sold 70 units, generating revenue of $33,000. We're growing at 200% month on month in revenue, and the Power Hub retails for 160,000 Naira, while the Power Hub Pro retails for 270,000 Naira. Our customers are small business owners, single apartments, and households. We project revenue of $700,000 at the end of year 1, 2022, and $1.5 million at the end of year 2, and $10.5 million at the end of year 3. At the organizational level, we're led by myself, a serial entrepreneur and an innovator. We're 18 people strong, and we have an engineering team, competent engineering team led by Isaac Newton, who is a brilliant engineer, electronics engineer on the team. We have a sales team led by Thelma, who has 5 years selling products and bringing them to the market. We have a strong advisory board as well, consisting of Dr. Chimezi Amadi, who works with the NCC and helps with our regulatory concerns. We have Dr. Van Eyck, who is a supply chain expert and helps with our supply chain issues. We also have Engineer Taufik Olatinwo, who has over 30 years experience in the global and local business management sector. We've been selected to participate in 3 energy focused accelerators, the Climate Kick Accelerator, a top Canadian energy accelerator, and just recently an all-on accelerator. We've received grants of $90,000 to scale our impact. We've also recently completed a climate impact assessment study that shows that switching from the Power Hub, from generators to the Power Hub, removes 177 tons of CO2 from the environment. And you can imagine the impact this would have when scaled to millions of devices. Our solution achieves the SDG goals number 7, 9, and 12 by providing clean energy, climate action, and also creating industries. Winning the DAAYTA 2022 competition, beyond providing capital to enable us achieve our milestones, would also enable us to demonstrate that entrepreneurs who are passionate and have grit will go on to create massive job opportunities, build industries, and ultimately transform nations. Thank you.
Thank you, Manuel. Thank you for that. Okay, so I'd like to ask the Georgies. Do I see? Okay, yeah, caller, please go ahead.
Thank you, CFA. Thank you for the pitch. Really enjoyed listening. I am curious about, I know I followed you and I know about your prior startup, the drone company. Can you tell us how that experience went and the lessons you learned from that prior startup that you are applying to Aeron Energy? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Caller, for your amazing question. So with our aerospace efforts, we got into batteries. We took a first principle approach to building our drones. So we got into experimenting with the batteries. And that was actually when we stumbled across the remarkable chemistry that would go on to power our power hubs. And we did projections and we saw that this required a lot of capital building our drones. And given the climate where it was going to be a challenge, building our product that works with the capital we had. So we had to decide between getting this new product with these batteries out there, solving this issue that's also in need, and investing all that money into our drones and then getting maybe stuck midway, even though we had achieved flights with our drones. So we made that bet, and I called the shot to get the power hubs out, and we did. And now it's generating revenue, also funding the rest of the company. So we're quite a very R&D intensive company.
Kala, is okay? Ina, please go ahead.
Okay, so thank you, Emmanuel. I like your presentation.
Thank you.
My question was around the sustainability of your business model. So your business model and your value proposition is dependent on the persistence of the power problem in Nigeria. So my question to you really is, if Nigeria solves its power problems, at least in the urban areas, perhaps where you would find the need for your value proposition maybe in rural areas, and your price point may be a challenge for the people who live or the kind of customers that you then need to focus on. How do you plan to evolve your model in the hopefully likely event that Nigeria does solve its power problems and you're having to offer this to people who can't afford to pay, I think it was 250,000 per unit? What's going to be your plan?
All right, thank you. We were building a pay-as-you-go model into both devices to address the lower end of the market, rural areas specifically. But Nigeria solving her power issue does not remove the need for our device. What we've also found is that our device, helps with energy power fluctuations. So when you have high voltage, low voltage, or this fluctuation could actually damage appliances. So plugging our device to your house and then that powering your house, and then when there's light, that charging the power hub, that helps to buffer and prevent that fluctuation from damaging your device. So and that's also quite a common problem too, and people spend money buying a stabilizer or something that can take the whole house.
Okay. Hi, Manuel. Great pitch. I wondered whether is Power Hub the generic name for your products in the market, or do you have any rights to use Power Hub for that product to the exclusion of others?
We don't have any special rights now to use Power Hub, but it's not a generic name.
Okay, the pay-as-you-go model, I know it was supposed to be launched shortly from the information shared. How far along are you on this, and how exactly does it work?
We plan to launch it between Q3 and Q4, just after we complete our seed round. With the pay-as-you-go model, same device, but then you're able to use your phone to dial in codes, which you pay for either via USSD or through any nearby energy center. So you buy the code and you can use it to top up the device, which now provide electricity to your house. So we give it to you upfront with solar panels too, and then on a daily basis or weekly basis, some payment routine, you're able to top up to get electricity.
Okay, Emmanuel, okay, Victor, I'd like to call on Victor. I saw your hand initially, Victor. Are you still?
Yeah, I was going to ask some questions that, okay, maybe were already answered as he was answering the other judges. Just a comment that I want to make, because your economics, you have to make things very, very clear. There's this thing we always do. You are mixing up naira and dollars, so I don't know what your real margin, what your products actually cost in real dollar terms, and what the margin is, on those products. You're making 3K revenue. You have only 90K capital. I'm just looking at your runway, and how much are you raising for your seed round?
$1.5 million.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Okay then.
Okay, Emmanuel, I'll give you 1 more minute. If you can just answer this question quickly from Dr. Ndidi. So can you please respond to the economics of the Power Hub unit and the pay-as-you-go model? How is maintenance executed cost effectively?
We have a team of repairs in each state, and we're actually expanding our presence right now to starting with Lagos, that people can take their device to for any repairs.
Okay.
Or request for us to come there. And sorry, I should mention that right now my house is being powered by the Power Hub because they took the lights again just before this pitch.
Okay, all right, Emmanuel, thank you very much for your time. I'm afraid I have to stop you at this point.
All right, bye.
Kudos, yeah, thanks. Okay, so it's Oluseyi of Cell Loop Limited ready? Oluseyi?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, you have the floor. Your time starts now.
Thank you. I'm Fadaya Oluseyi, co-founder and CEO of Cell Loop Limited. Have you ever imagined how unbearable it would be if your environment is unbearable and unsustainable? Our living and even our businesses would be at stake. Worldwide, our 50 billion lithium batteries are thrown away every year, and only about 3 to 5% are recycled. The rest end up in landfill. The eco-friendly recycling of this waste, these battery cells, which are e-waste, is optimally low due to complexity and expensiveness in their recycling. Therefore, people resort to dumping and burning of this waste, which releases harmful chemicals and pollutants into our environment. Whereas the high cost of batteries for energy storage has been a major hindrance to the adoption of renewable energy in the world. Therefore, we give our innovative solution, which is Cell Loop, a digital platform which recovers end-of-life battery cells for onward processing and second life usage in renewable energy storage systems, battery as a service, and in e-mobility. Also, we have the vision to be the leading clean energy service provider in Nigeria as a starting point, as a beachhead. Our milestone, we've been able to recover more than 3,000 cells, more than 3,000 battery cells in less than a year. Our mobile software have been able to invite more than 500 users. We have completed about 100 transactions on our mobile software, and our product is a digital platform. Now, we offer battery as a service, and we offer direct sales, which are the two categories of our models. Now, our target markets are households and organizations who seek alternative energies for power, yes, for power, and then we offer battery as a service also for the e-mobility company. Our target market, our beachhead market, Lagos in particular, has about 1.2 million households, which is a huge market, if I could say, to us. And then the global lithium-ion market is projected to reach about $450 billion in the next 4 years. So with this, we envisage that our products, our market, in as much we see battery to recover, we remain in business. And due to the Lagos State government focus on promotion of the green economy, we envisage that this also will favor our market. Our capital have been just the grant we won from last week, the Lagos State Innovation and Research Institute. So, and that will be the capital one we'll be running with. We all know debt at the moment, and our expenditures are just the salaries we pay our workers, the employees, the utilities in running our business, and the commission we pay to those who help us to recover the sales. And the people who are part of this organization, the team, consists of the CEO, which is me, myself, and the CTO, which is an electrical installation expert, the CEO, a software developer with 5 years experience. All my team were all experienced, and then the advisory board, which consists of, which is headed by Mr. Olukoko. Yes, is an experienced advisor when it comes to tech-based startups, and our processes majorly is based on our governance structure. Is based on majorly the agreement of the founders, and the decisions are made based on guidance from the advisory board. Our technology, which we use in providing this solution, is a software, yes, which is mobile software and web applications, which we use in deploying our solution. Then the impact is the SDG 7 and SDG 13, which are climate action and renewable and sustainable clean energy simultaneously. And also, we've been able to provide opportunity to earn from e-waste, and we provide our solution target both renewable energy and also energy as a service with the opportunity to earn from e-waste. Thank you. Our target for the next 5 years.
Your time is up, but let me just give you 30 seconds to round off. So just round off your thoughts.
Okay, thank you. Our challenges we currently face is the due to the fact that we ourselves, when they end up in the wrong ends, it gives us problem because these cells, they are used beyond the area whereby we cannot actually recover them back for second use again. And our target is to make sure that we go into battery service fully, which is storage service, and then to go into charging infrastructure for e-mobility. That'll be our target for the next 6 and 4 years respectively.
Okay, thank you, Sheyi. To our Georgies. Okay, so our Georgies, I'm gonna try and slow down now so that I'll get you to try to fill the remaining times that I was too fast for you. My apologies. So after this, I'll slow down and have you sort of try and catch up. Ina, over to you.
Okay, so thank you, Shay. My concern is about the economics. Your value proposition requires, and this is me asking whether or not you factored in the cost of the logistics of getting the batteries physically over to whatever location that you're going to have them refurbished, and really the supply chain that you're going to have to put in place to get the refurbished batteries to people who need to use them. And the quality assurance really around the last point you've made, which is ensuring that you only collect batteries that are you can refurbish and can be reused again. Have you factored that into your costs in terms of the economics to figure out how that would impact your margins? And it's really about how this affects your margins and how you're going to be able to scale this to other parts of whatever geography you're interested in scaling to.
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, we factored that in. Yes, we factored that in, but the challenge we have, I must say, is one of these is finance, yes, flexible financing too, but that is not the primary problem, if I may say also to permit me. We factored it in actually, but these cells, once they are recovered, our market is in Lagos, but the cells are recovered from, for now, within Nigeria, every part of Nigeria. So the logistics and everything is part of the cost, which will affect in our cost price in our product eventually. And then when it comes to the battery service, as you said, yes, that one, but presently we use our factory. We have a factory, yes. So the factory we use now is what we use as hub, what we intend to use as hub. But we've done some testing, but we still hope to do more. So it's what we use as hub for the recharging and for the rental of this to deploy our battery service facility.
Okay, give me an average, an idea of the cost of recovering a battery from Port Harcourt, for example, to Lagos, where you actually plan to do the refurbishing. Okay, how much would that cost versus how much are you going to sell that unique battery, and what would that cost be in terms of what your margin would be?
Like I said, for now, we've done a lot of testing, but the cost is not that very so much when it comes to logistics, because we pack them in bags, yes, and we pack them in cartons. So once we transfer them, we only make use of commercial transportations, but within Southwest, within Southwest, when it comes to Ogun State, and then Osun State, we use our van in mobilizing, in deploying those cells which we covered from those regions down to Lagos. But when it comes to outside Southwest, we engage commercial, but we make sure that we balance them. The ones we come to an average, so that the ones that are nearer and the ones that are far, so we look at an average between the cost of logistics. So we call an average, so that it won't be so much towards one side and the other. So we only arrive at an average towards when it comes to the logistics.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other judge?
Hi, Sheyi. I'm aware that there are a couple of other companies who are doing something similar. Is there any way that you intend to secure your supply of the batteries you are going to refurbish? Because the more entrants into the market, the availability of those batteries that are waste to either homes or companies is going to reduce. So what are your thoughts as to how you are going to secure that supply?
Yes, that's why we employed the digital platform. Yes, so that it can cut across every regions of the country for now. The innovative there is that we have agents. Agents is part of the organization, but they're not in decision making. We only see them as part of the organization, because whenever they have complaints, we can address to them. Now, those are the ones that we pay bespoke amount to. So, and this is an encouragement for them to earn from e-waste. So with that, they are able, it serves as a motivation for them. So I think we've seen that, and it is really, really helping us sincerely, because we've been able to gain attention of so many people that ordinarily they wouldn't engage in sort of thing. So we're able to cover much area, and then recover more battery and engage more people because of the innovativeness of the mobile app, and then the bespoke amount we pay for those that help us in the recovery.
Okay, Sheyi, there's a quick question I'd like you to answer, and that's from Dr. Ndidi. She says, you address an important problem, but can you pinpoint your exclusive IP? You refer to yourself a digital platform, but your strategy is asset heavy. Can you speak further to your economic and leadership model? Quickly.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir. Like I said, the model we run with is in two categories: the direct sales and the storage as a service. Now, the IP, yes. So the software we are using, yes, we are on it presently to make sure we secure the that intellectual property. We are on it on patent. We are running on that. We are on it presently. So we ensure that we are going to fix that as soon as possible. But part of the thing we need to make sure that we do is that once we get some finances, which we look up to recently, so from there we can able to engage in certain things also, because we need to finalize our hub. Is our target station based on the subscription rates of our users, of our clients. So that is part of the considerations we are looking into for now. And when it comes to the leadership of the organization, the advisory board, as I said, are just advisors. So they help us in the decision making based on their wealth of experience. And like I said, that primarily the decision making is based on the founders' agreements, based on what they say, but only due to our limited experience, I must say. But however, because we need to look up to people that have more experience, so we carry this further to the advisory board. Okay, what we intend to do, and then they guide us in those things. So from there, we are able to see further, and we are able to see more. And then the CEO, I myself, and then the CTO, take care of the factories, take care of the technical part there, and the CEO, which is duly involved with the software, and then the running of the software, the development, and so on, which has to do digital platform.
Okay, Sheyi, thank you. Thank you, Sheyi. Thank you for your time this evening, and thank you to our judges. Okay, so at this point, I'd like to ask our judges to please rate, and I'll also wait. Before I call Tunde, I just want to get a signal from any of the judge or the judges to tell me when to go ahead, because I understand I've been quite fast. My apologies for that. Racing against time. I thought there was some AI.
Actually, no, CFA. What I was saying is you're not giving the judges the time to score each candidate after they finish questioning them. So the judges need a few minutes to be able to grade the vision, to grade the proposition, to grade what they've listened to and award the scores. That is how we arrive at the finalists. So at the end of each pitch, if you could give the judges time and encourage them to please score the candidate so we don't get to the end and then we're scrambling to remember who said what and what scores we're going for. I trust that helps. Thanks a lot.
That helps. Thank you very much, TD. So I'll just pause at this point. Okay, no, not pause, but I'll just wait for the judges to give me a sign based on what TD said. You know, a part of my mind thought there was some AI helping the judges to sort of calculate the scores, but I forgot. So my sincere apologies. Okay, so if you're just joining us, this is DAAYTA 2022. DAAYTA has come a long way. I remember from the time that I started comparing the DAAYTA event. You know, we've got a number of people from different verticals. One of the things that I found about DAAYTA is the impact mix to the kind of finalists, like, or the winner, the eventual winner. So we've had Marutala, who was trying to do things around the informal sector. You know, he was trying to bring. He's still trying to do that. You know, we've had Efe, who from the paper packaging company. Last year we had Tokwe Sulaiman from scrap-based technology, and this year we'll wait to hear from the judges who will be the winner of DAAYTA 2022. So we'll just thank you, judges. We're just waiting for you to give a signal when you would like me to call in Tunde, who I think I saw earlier on. If you're just joining, Sheyi, you can turn off your video at this point, Sheyi. Thank you very much. If you're just joining us, this is DAAYTA 2022. You can get the brochure from bit.ly, that's bit.ly/DAAYTA 2022-brochure. You can download the brochure so that you can follow, read more about the program, the founder of ARM, or the reason why we're here, Mr. Deji Ali. You can read about the team behind the program director. You can read everything about the startups, the judges, who they are, you know, and everything. And that's why you would understand the level of the type of quality that comes with each DAAYTA event that happens annually. Okay, so I think Ina says Ina is done. I'm just waiting for more signals and then I can bring in Tunde. So thank you everyone for this evening. We would try to make it a time because we know what happens after a while on many Zoom calls. Okay, Kola is done, Sadiq is done. Just waiting for a few more and then we can start. Yes, and I'll try to ensure that after each page, I slow down for this to happen. Okay, just one more, two more, then we can go ahead. Thank you to our judges, and also to the panelists, and also to the entire team behind the scene. Remember, the hashtag is hashtag DAAYTA 2022. Let's make it trend. Let's make it trend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just waiting for that. Okay. Yes. Okay. I see Dr. Ndidi. So I think we've got most of the judges ready now. So at this point, I'd like to bring in from the Olivet Enterprise, Tunde Adeyemi. If you're ready, your time starts now. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tunde Adeyemi. I'm the CEO of the Olivet Global Enterprise. enterprise. What we basically do is we build domestic biodigester systems for rural women, off-grid communities, and then agrarian settlements. The vision of our organization is to build a compelling, sustainable energy system through production of domestic biodigester systems that can transform organic waste into renewable energy and biofertilizers to protect African women, communities, and the planet. A biodigester is a device that holds organic waste, and it breaks it down into two items. The first is biogas, and the biogas can be used for everyday cooking, like an LPG gas. With the help of a combustion machine, it can also burn the biogas for electricity, and the byproducts are fertilizer, which can be used by small farm holders. The reason we are doing this is simply because, according to the World Bank, rural Nigeria actually depend on firewood and kerosene to generate energy. And this is killing a lot of people. The World Bank and the World Health Organization confirmed that over 100 Nigerian women and children die annually from the smoke inhalation, which they actually inhale while they're cooking with firewood. And according to the Global Forest Research, over 1 billion trees are primarily cut down annually in Nigeria, while people are in people's quest for energy. So we came up with our solution. It's called the Kitchen Box. The Kitchen Box is a domestic biodigester system. It comes in 25 liters, 50 liters, and 100 liters. Fueled with 50 kg of organic waste, it can generate as much as 21 kg of biogas within 3 to 4 days. And this can be used for over a month by a family of 3 for daily cooking, and they can also use it to generate electrification. While the byproduct is fertilizer, our Kitchen Box has a lot of unique features. It is built with 3 millimeters thick barrel wall. The materials are built from anti-acid and anti-alkaline. It has handle and unbreakable valves. It has extra features such as it is very easy to use. We built our innovation purposefully for rural communities. Old women use them, and young people use them, and it has 10 years warranty. It is odor-free. And then we have a very large market in Nigeria. There are over 20 million small farm owners in rural Nigeria. This is according to a World Bank data, and we have 35 million rural women, and over 120 million individuals live in off-grid communities. But we are primarily focused on southern Nigeria, and then our business model is also very simple. We manufacture our biodigesters. We do this locally. We source all our materials around, and then we sell directly. We also sell to local retailers, and then we do maintenance and hardware and upgrade. And then we've had traction. Our business generated roughly $5,000 in 2018, but in 2021 we generated over $50,000. And then we've identified our core customers, which are women living in off-grid communities. We've sold over 20,000 units of our products. And then we are also building partnership with rural women and farmers association. And we are projecting to become $1 million organization in the next 3 years. Our milestones include partnership with thermoplastic companies. We've reached over 20 large rural communities, and we signed a partnership agreement with the Development Bank of Nigeria, worth over $100,000. And we also came first in the whole of Nigeria in the Entrepreneur World Cup of 2021. We've had strategic partnership with large organizations such as Georgies, the Climate Accelerator, the French government, and other respected foreign organizations. Our milestones include SDG 15, life on land. We are reducing deforestation, and then also we are mitigating climate change, which is SDG 13. We are also at the forefront of SDG 7, which is affordable and clean energy. And we are also mitigating hunger, since we are creating energy for rural women to cook, and we are helping ending poverty. We have competitions. They are all foreign competitions. They include Amoco and Avinam. These are Chinese and Indian organizations, but we have great advantage over them. Our biodigester sells at a rate of 25,000, whilst their sales for over $10,000. Amoco sells theirs for more than $2 million. Our ask from the ARM is 10 million naira to grow our team, hire talents, upgrade our products, penetrate rural and urban markets, and then get machines and equipment. Our team is made up of people with great experience in the domains of biogas. Myself, I'm an environmentalist, I'm a scientist, programmer, energy and clean tech enthusiast. We have Twin Daniel. She's a chemical engineer, environmentalist, and a fellow of the NAE. The NAE is the North American Association for Environmental Education. We have Ayomide Lawal. He's a biodigester engineer, member of the African Renewable Association, and prolific biodigester designers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Tunde. I think you were just talking about your team, so you've covered the key points. Okay, I'd like to ask the Georgies to please. Okay, Sadiq, please, over to you.
Thank you, Tunde. I think it's a very fantastic idea, and it ticks all the boxes as far as impact is concerned in terms of the environment and also the bottom of the pyramid. However, I think the issue is affordability of these rural women and so on. How do you hope to address that?
Presently, we understand that rural Nigeria is not rich. Most of them, they depend on $3 to $5 daily. And then based on the price of our biodigester, which is almost $49, we are actually working with rural associations such as the Savers Club in Ifo, for example, Ogun State, and then the one in Ituriwa, Semi. Our agreement is for them to pay within a period of 6 months. So the women, they pull their money together. So, and in 6 months' time, they complete the payment of our own fee. So we give them the biodigester within 3 months, and in 6 months, they honor our agreement and they finish our payment. So that is the way we are moving around that. Thank you.
Okay, now please go ahead.
Okay, so my question is actually riding on Sadiq's question as well. If you were doing this as a not-for-profit organization, it would be very easy to understand that the economics would make sense. But let me go back to Sadiq's point of your target market being people who you need to spread their payments over time. When you compare that to the cost that I see, so you're going to have to get the bio waste. You're going to have to build a plant where you would convert this bio waste to biogas and fertilizer. And then you need to create the supply chain and the distribution channel to get this to the consumers of the biogas and people who need to use the fertilizers. When you take all of those costs into consideration and you compare it to how you plan to make money, it doesn't add up. I think you would struggle to be able to keep up with the cost of getting the waste, converting the waste, and then distributing that waste, the finished product to the people who need them. If your target market was the upper middle class where they were paying upfront, then perhaps what you're making in terms of your sales can cover your costs. But I think you would struggle really in terms of the economics.
Okay, let me answer you, sir. A biodigester is just a device. You buy it, you put it in your house. You are the one who actually feed it with organic waste. Maybe your food leftovers, you pour it inside the biodigester, and it starts generating biogas gradually. Within 4 days, it breaks down the food waste. So there's no a long chain there. So you just deliver the product and you teach the customer how to use it. Basically, the way we actually do our presentation is we go through CDAs, community development associations in rural communities. We go with a prototype, we install it, then we tell them to keep putting organic waste there. And in a month's time, we visit again. When we visit, we now demonstrate. We tell them to bring a gas cooker, we connect it, and they say that it is working exactly like a normal gas cooker, but it is running purely on biogas. And then the gas is actually generated from the organic waste they themselves fed inside. We also collect a generator from them. We do a little bit of conversion that is just worth roughly 500 naira. And we also power the generator and they see it. The biodigester is built such in a way that within 4 or 5 days, it pushes out what it has broken down in the form of fertilizer. So, and we tell them this is pure fertilizer. You can use this on your farm. So it is not a long chain. It's just a product that is just 25,000 naira. And then regarding the economics, over 90% of the people we've met, they pay cash upfront. So it is just like 10%, very few of them who are not so very buoyant, who will say, can we pay in installments? And then we say, okay, do you have an association? Can we meet with your savers club group? And then we meet with them, and those ones will vouch for them. In 3 months, we collect half. In another 3 months, the balance. And we don't actually release our products until we've collected 50%. That is how we operate. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for clarifying that. That addresses my question.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Ndidi, sorry, Dr. Ndidi has a hand up. Dr. Ndidi, please, over to you. Sorry, firstly, after her.
I'm a big fan of this one, so let's take Fola. I'll start typing my question in the chat.
Okay, all right, Flashly, over to you, please.
Okay, today your proposition is one that I am particularly intrigued about. So what I wonder is, what kind of rights do you have to the kitchen box? What sort of intellectual property do you have over it? And I know you have mentioned the fact that right now your sales are more to the women in non-urban areas, but you also mentioned the farmers and waste. What are you doing to get the products to those segments?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Regarding our rights, we've actually gotten a provisional patent. We want to protect our innovation simply because we don't want people to imitate it. I can proudly state that the Olivet is the only organization in Nigeria that is making the smallest biodigester system, and then the most portable one that can be assembled within 2 to 3 minutes, and disassembled within 5 to 10 minutes. And then regarding, sorry, can you repeat the second question? Sorry, ma'am.
So the other segments that you identified, the farmers and the waste products, how are you doing your business development or marketing in that space?
Okay, I stated earlier that the kitchen box, depending on its sizes. So for the farmers, for example, there is a pig farm settlement in Guruba, Ogun State. We've installed over 50,000 liters of our biodigester there. And then we can't call it kitchen box anymore simply because they're too big. They can't fit the kitchen. So we are thinking of creating a new names for the ones we actually installing for them. So basically what we installed in Guruba does is it's basically for composting. Before, the pig waste they actually gather there ends up in rivers and landfills. But presently, Guruba is now a popular hub for composting. And then they are even demanding for more biodigester from us, large capacity. Recently, we signed an agreement with them. They call it the Eco Green City in Ekwe. So they are asking us that can we build biodigester units for the estate? And then they want it to power all the kitchens, and they want it to power the estate. We said sure. So we are presently working on that project. So we are thinking of creating new names for new products we are also coming up with. And then we're also planning to penetrate urban Nigeria in the future. Thank you.
Okay, Tunde, I'm afraid I have to stop you at this point. And I know a question just came from Dr. Ndidi, but I can't take that question. So Georgies, please, kindly, Tunde, thanks for your time. You can turn off your video. Georgies, thank you very much. Kindly rate Tunde. His time is up. Rate him based on his vision, proposition, organization, economics, and milestones. Kindly score him. Thank you, Tunde, for your time. Wish you all the best. We'll wait to hear what the judges have to say eventually. I'll wait for the judges, and then we will just call up the next person. But if you're just joining us, this is DAAYTA 2022. Our hashtag is DAAYTA 2022. So tweet about the finalists, tweet about their products, tweet about the possibility of what their products can do for our nation, for the rural communities, you know, for those who need energy, for those who are unbanked, for those who lack, you know, healthcare or who need better healthcare, you know. So I'm excited about all the finalists that I'm listening to tonight, and so I really look forward to hear what the judges have to say about them. And the brochure you can get online, bit.ly DAAYTA 2022 brochure. I think Ina is done. I just wait for 2 more, and we'll jump to the next presenter. Just wait for 1 more. Okay. All right, I think we can move at this point. Okay, if I have Boluwatife of GAMP Technology Limited, I see you. over to you. Your time starts now.
Hi, my name is Bolu from GAMP, and GAMP is an insurtech for devices. Africa has a lot of devices, but it's unnecessarily difficult and expensive to fix them when they break down. For some context, customers spend up to 100% of the value of the device to fix or replace it when it breaks down. At the moment, there are over 520 million connected devices in the region. And in Africa, devices are at the core of learning, of earning, and it's basically driving productivity on the continent. By 2025, there will be more smartphones in Africa than we have in North America. However, over 80% of these devices lack quality after sales care, resulting to low quality, unauthorized services. And this is primarily because OEMs don't provide support in Africa. Local repair shops are inconvenient and lack transparency. I'm sure you must have heard of the computer village boys and what they do to people's devices. Our solution is GAMP. GAMP provides device protection and repair support for devices in Africa. Through our web app and APIs, our partners and customers, which are device retailers, gig workers, startups, and corporates, can access instant device protection and can also request for fast pick and repair delivery service, which is powered by a network of service partners. Our flagship product is the device protection plan. With this, whenever the covered device breaks, we will repair. If we cannot repair, we would replace the device, and it costs as low as 500 Naira per month. And for businesses, it offers more, including maintenance servicing. So as a business, if you buy the device protection plan, you also get access to maintenance servicing, where we would come to the organization and service all the devices, ensuring that the devices last longer than they're supposed to. And it also comes with device trading, which means that organizations can send all their devices to us and add little money on it, and then we'll give them a new one in replacement. We're starting with Nigeria. We can serve 41 million Nigerians through our partners and our platform, and it's a $4 billion market opportunity. We make money through the device protection plan subscriptions and through device repair transactions. We have an interesting team composing of myself, Bolu. I have over 5 years of after-sales experience as a founder. My co-founder, Temi, has over 20 years experience as head of retail insurance at some of the biggest insurance companies in the region. And my co-founder, Tolu, is an experienced product manager and back-end guy. He's a first-class engineering graduate. We have advisors and mentors, including Cordell Robin Coker of Carry First and Richard Leftley of Microinsure. They call him the godfather of microinsurance. We are currently live in beta. We've hit over 500 signups. We have over 250 paying customers, and we are projecting to hit 25K devices by December. We just hired for a key role, growth. That's what's going to power our growth from now to December. We have raised 50K in angels plus grants. We are closing our safe, and we are looking to begin a $1.2 million round by January. We are currently burning 5K month on month, and we have excellent customer review score, currently 4.4 on Trustpilot, and we're projecting to hit 4.8 by December. And we just got inducted into the biggest insurtech accelerator in the region called Bima Labs. Our ask: GAMP needs partnership with ARM as financial partners and advisors. We also need introductions to onboard other startups in the ARM portfolio, and we need the $12 million funding to drive sales, marketing, and partnerships. I would like to end my pitch by telling you a very sad story. I once had a bike man that I worked with for logistics. His name was Bala. Now, there are delivery guys and there are guys who deliver. Bala delivers. One day, suddenly, it disappeared and became unreachable, only to repair after 3 months. He had an accident and broke his phone. He spent what he had on hospital bills but couldn't afford 50K to replace his device. By the time he was back, he had lost all his customers. That was over 300,000 lost in revenue. Quite sad. You know, imagine Bala had the GAMP protection. So what success looks like for us is very simple. You know, we are looking to cut the spend that people spend on devices to fix or replace when it breaks to less than 10% of the value of the device value. We are ensuring we power productivity by ensuring customers get support, and we are ensuring SDG2 of reducing e-waste in the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Bolu. Right on time. Right on time. You did this like a serious expert. Okay, so I call on Victor. I call on Victor to ask his question. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Bolu. I just want to understand how is the insurance paid? Do customers make a one-off payment as they're purchasing the device, or are you going to be into the collections business of getting the money from them monthly?
No, so we don't charge monthly. It's quite a hard task at the moment. So we currently charge in a yearly cycle.
Okay, so yearly, even yearly, that's still a recurring subscription. So if you don't pay, you know, but the thing is, the most important, the reason why the example of the person that you gave in your pitch, the reason why he lost revenue is because of the data in the phone. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You know, like the reason why people pay a lot more money to repair existing phones is because what's more valuable is actually the data in their phone, not the device itself. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So, you know, what kind of safeguards are you going to provide to people, okay, in case they lose their data? Because like this thing, you're looking at it from the device perspective, but the most valuable thing inside, if I lose my phone today, I don't care about the phone itself. You know, what I care about is the data inside the phone, my pictures, my, you know, you understand what I'm saying? So which is why I pay $29 to Apple every month, you know, to take that data into the cloud. So and Apple is also trying to do some other new things now. Is there any way you can actually innovate around, you know, keeping data for people and, you know, and all of that? Because like the device itself is not what's important really, if you really look at it.
Yeah, so two questions you asked me. The first one is around recurring subscriptions. So at the moment, we are powering recurring payments for businesses. If you go on our platform, you see there's a checkbox there that says set this up as recurring. So businesses add their card details and then it's set up as recurring. And then for the second question about the device, for Bala, it's his device. You know, people call Bala. You know, Bala is always swamped with orders because of how consistent and the fact that it delivers. So when Bala gets a new phone replaced, you know, it goes straight to get a new SIM card and people call him, you know, and then he says, Oga, no, say I no call you, you know, because my phone break, I get accidents and things like that. So people always reach out to Bala in that case. And the second scenario is, you know, these days people have backups. You know, you can't even sign into your phone if you don't have a Google account or something. So through those backups, people can typically get their data back. And then the third component, which you talked about, is data security. Yes, we are looking into that, but for the scale that we are now, we are just keeping it simple. I don't know if I answered.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, Kola, please go ahead.
Hi, Bolu. Thanks for a really great pitch. I reckon that Victor probably isn't your target customer. And I like the story of the delivery guy because it does come off as really solving a problem for what's a productive asset. But I guess the challenge I have is for the archetype you described, insurance is not culturally native, right? People, you know, so how you converting people's behavior towards insurance to really get them to see acquiring insurance as something they should do. What are you seeing with that?
Yeah, so I'm only saying insurance because I'm talking to you guys. You know, when I talk to customers, I don't say insurance. You know, it's a device protection plan and it's better than insurance. So I would give you an example. You know, I said businesses on board for our device protection plan and they get access to annual maintenance. Insurance doesn't give you annual maintenance for your device. You know, insurance is concerned about paying you a claim. We are concerned about ensuring that you don't stop working in the first place. You know, your device does not have to break. That's one of the first things that this offers you. And then the second thing that it offers you also is when your device gets redundant and this thing is no longer powering my productivity, we can take this device in, which is through our trading program, and give you a better one in replacement. So insurance is for you guys, which are the investors, because that's the closest thing you can think of and relate to. But for customers, it's a device protection plan, a service contract that says that if this happens, if you give me this money, this is what I'm going to give you in return.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ndidi. Please, over to you.
Yeah, just very quickly, you really lost me on that not being able to answer that question of the software and access to the contents. So really, if you can just come back on that. And then secondly, in terms of local content, because devices are still entirely brought in. Do you have any good ideas in terms of local innovation in that regard? Otherwise, really, really great pitch.
Yes, so I guess you are referring back to the question as regards people's data when they lost their device. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So he asked the question relative to the customer and then answered that. But like generally, it's a different business entirely. Of course, closely inclined with what we are doing, but it's not typically what we're focused on at the moment. What we're focused on at the moment is device protection, repair support. And then in the business model itself, we can decide to go wide or go deep. If we go deep, we can decide to go and say, now we want to do device financing, or now we want to go and do data protection and things like that. But we're just keeping it pretty simple at the moment. And then your second question as regards locally producing devices. Again, like I said, it still goes back to the business model. These are typical things we can explore. Solo had tried to locally produce phones. It hasn't worked out for them. We haven't looked at why they have failed, but isn't typically something we're looking at the moment.
Okay, Falashade, I see you on just quickly 1 minute. Let's, you want to ask a question? Hello, Falashade, you want to ask a question?
Yes, but Latife, I think you sort of cleared up a confusion that I had. But just a quick question. So now I know it's a device protection plan with an inbuilt device repair support. From a customer point of view, where will be the first touch point?
Our platform. So we've built a web app where customers can make replay claims in-app and everything they need to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Flash, okay, all right, I'll take the conversation offline.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you to both of you. Thank you to our judges. Please, judges, I'd like to remind you that this is that. Boluwatifa, you can turn off your video. Thank you for your pitch. Okay, thank you for your pitch. I think I kind of enjoyed it, especially the story part. But yeah, okay. I'd like to give the judges just a few minutes to rate or to score our finalists on vision, proposition, organization, economics, and milestones. And then I'd just like to ask 1 or 2 or 3 of the judges to just give me a sign once that is done. Just like TD mentioned, we want to ensure that when we get to the end, we want to know quickly who is going home with the star prize. Year on year, this is a star prize that sort of adds value to the lives of the finalists. And so we're excited that this is happening again in 2022. We know we moved straight into the COVID era, and that made us, switch to the virtual edition of DAAYTA. And I think that, from 2019 when we had the physical one, 2020, 2021, maybe, just maybe virtual has come to stay, but never know. Maybe that would change. So I'm just waiting for the judges to give me a sign. The hashtag is DAAYTA 2022. Hashtag is DAAYTA 2022. Thank you, Ina, for that. And if you're just joining also, thank you, Sadiq. If you're also just joining, you can download the brochure so that you can follow everything that we've been talking about tonight, the past winner, program, the guys behind the scene, more about ARM and the founder and every other thing. It's right in the brochure. I think that Georgies should be done by now. And I see Onyinye already on set. So Onyinye, I think you're ready. Over to you.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Onyinye Ogwego, co-founder of My Stash. I have over 5 years experience managing and consulting, and prior to now, I worked in a fintech company as a business development manager. So last year, a group of friends and I were having a conversation about a solution for farmers that we had seen, and we discussed the cost implications. We realized that, I mean, obviously, oh my God.
Okay, Onye, yeah, I apologize.
All right, that's fine.
Onye, sorry, just a moment. You will start again. Adebowale, can you please share your video at this moment? Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, okay, so Onye, sorry, your time starts now.
Okay. So hello everyone, good evening. My name is Onyinye Ogwego, co-founder of My Stash. I have over 5 years experience in management consulting, and prior to now, I worked in a fintech company where I was a business development manager. Last year, a group of friends and I were having a conversation about a solution that we had seen for farmers, and we discussed the cost implications. While discussing this, we realized that, I mean, most small-scale farmers may not be able to afford it. And this took us to a rabbit hole discussing how to manage money and how people make money. We also realized that according to World Bank, 3 out of 5 people in developing countries do not have financial safety nets. And what this simply means is that in cases of emergencies, just as when the COVID pandemic struck, these people have little or nothing to fall back on. And we just thought to ourselves, there has to be a better way to manage money. You know, it's a conscious way, lifestyle approach to saving. And that is how My Stash was born. So My Stash is a personal finance management platform that allows our users to save as they spend and earn. It's a more efficient way of saving because users are able to save subconsciously. And we tell our users it's like paying tax, but to yourself. And to put this in perspective, for example, for every 1,000 Naira that a user spends, they can automatically save 100 Naira. We also offer interest to our users through partnerships with verified fund managers such as ARM, and we make money by sharing the interest generated from accrued user savings. We pass on 70% of that interest to the user and take 30%. We also charge a 1% breaking fee when users withdraw from savings before maturity. Our vision is really simple: to be the ultimate money management platform that helps young adults monitor, manage, and generate wealth in an autonomous way. Our customers are young Africans between the ages of 16 to 35, and our customer segment spans across students and working class. We are starting out here in Nigeria and aim to expand to 5 other sub-Saharan African countries, giving us a market opportunity worth over $10 billion. We're a team of 13 people. We have Bright, who is our CTO. He's a 2-time founder and has experience building software solutions and mobile applications. We have Debo, who is a growth professional with over 4 years of experience in expansion across Nigeria, and Christiana leads operations with over 5 years of experience in programs and program implementations. We are also assisted by a stellar team of investors and advisors that include the likes of Biola Alabi, Adawa Sakwe, Femi Adebo, just to mention a few. We have our product, which is currently a web and mobile app. We have the app launched on Android, and our iOS app is currently in testing and is set to launch at the end of this month. We've raised over $100,000 in equity funding and grants, and we've had an average growth rate of 70% month on month. We're steadily changing the efficiency of money management amongst our users, as they have reported an average of about 20% increase in savings. And we also contribute to reaching SDG 1 and SDG 10 goals. In the next 12 months, our focus is to perfect our own proprietary core banking technology. This will help us and enable us to target underserved and unbanked communities familiar with mobile money, allowing them to access our products without the use of smartphones. We also want to grow our customer base to a minimum of 50,000 users and achieve $2.4 million in user savings. In the past 6 months, we've raised over $150,000, attained a customer base of over 12,000 users, and accrued over $80,000 in micro savings with users. Now, we strongly believe that partnering with ARM will help us deepen our commitment to increasing the reach of financial products to underserved and unbanked Nigerians. Thank you.
Oh, wow, this is okay, cool. Cool. Oh, TD, man, poem framework. Whoa, this is awesome. Like, you go straight to the point without even, You go straight to the point. Okay, I see you already with your screen on, but I'm just going to say that, Poem really makes pitching fun, like seriously. Okay, over to you.
Okay, excuse me. Thank you, Inye. I like your value proposition. It's a real problem you're solving. But my question is around your go-to-market strategy. So your pitch to your target customer is save as you spend, right? So it means you have to be there when they're spending. How do you plan to do that? So today they already have a lifestyle and they use certain service providers when they're spending. Are you going to be connected to those service providers so that you can prompt the customer to save when spending? How do you plan on what's your go-to-market strategy really? How do you plan on achieving the save as you spend? How do you plan to be there when the customer is spending?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked this question. So the way our platform works at the moment is that our users connect their bank accounts to our platform and their debit cards. And so that way, every time there's an increase or a decrease, so a debit or a credit, we monitor that change. So let's just say, for example, an ease of calculation, if user A signs up to our platform today, has 10,000 Naira in their account, connects, say, a bank account to the MyStash platform, and then tomorrow they spend 1,000 Naira, our platform can detect that, initial balance is now less 1,000, and then we can save on that 1,000 and say, if the person has picked 10%, then we can automatically save 100 Naira for that person. So we do not have to be there at the point of when a sale or a debit or credit happens, because we already get that information directly from the bank.
Okay, so you plan to integrate to all of the banks, and the banks will notify you when the customer is spending. So
currently we use open banking infrastructure. So our current partner for that is Mono. It's also another fintech company that gives us the opportunity to connect to all the banks, or 17 out of the 25 top commercial banks in Nigeria.
Okay, so your relationship is with Mono, because I was going to ask you the question is, why would the bank want you to connect? What's in it for them?
Yeah,
why would they want to notify you when their customers are spending?
Our relationship is with Mono. So Mono is that missing the middle man between us and the customer.
Okay, now.
Okay.
Thank you. I see Victor.
Yeah. Thank you. So what I want to ask, you have 12,000 users and you have only 30% active. So your retention rate is actually quite low. So why is that? Why are people not using this?
So the reason why we have just 30% active is due to little limitations, such as like I mentioned before, we have access right now to 17 out of 25 banks. This is what we're fixing this by creating our own proprietary open banking tool that will enable us to get information from the users directly, and therefore we'll be able to bridge this gap and have access to all the banks.
No, so okay, wait a minute. Why would anybody sign up when they already know that you don't have access to their bank accounts? That's also a problem. So your onboarding, I think you have to look at your onboarding very, very well. So you get the reasons why people drop off can be many. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand why they are dropping off and why they're not using the product as they should. This, what you have said now, is just what you think. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, or is it that they've told you that?
Yeah, so we do regularly communicate with our customers, and yes, that has been one major challenge. Or my major bank is not being supported. So another key feature of MyStash is that you can connect to multiple banks and then have the save as you spend feature on multiple banks. So if someone says, "Oh, my key account where I spend from is not being supported at the moment," so you let me know when you can support that. We also just launched our mobile app, and then we've been converting all those users who now can easily save, because then we have like an increased number of banks that we support.
All right, okay.
Thank you, Victor. Dr. Ndidi, over to you.
Yeah, I really love your idea. I suspect that there's a bit that you're not communicating. So three quick questions. One, why would I give you the right? So how can you move, another way of asking is, how can you move the 30% active to 100% active? by, what's the reason? And that relates to the second question, what happens with my savings? How do I generate returns on my savings? I haven't heard very much about that. What can it be used towards? Do you have some creative ideas, Susu type ideas on that? And thirdly, why Ghana? It looks like Nigeria is a huge market. You have traction here. Why are you piloting in Ghana?
Okay, so the first one was, I'm going to start backwards. So why are we piloting in Ghana? Because then we've seen that there's a huge mobile money market, and also
Hello, I think we lost Onyinye. Oh,
yes, Bryce, the co-founder.
So I think I can just jump in right there. So for the first question, right, which was why are we at 30%? And so we are relying on transaction data received from our mono partners, that's our infrastructure partners. But currently, what we are sort of getting is sort of low performance from the infrastructure, right? And so we are getting about, say, 40% of this data, right? And so that is why you find out that the active rate is not really on par, because the transaction data that we are getting is just around 40% success rate. In terms of how we want to improve that number, it's two things. The first thing that we have done is to sort of create a proprietary technology that allows us to scrape up SMS data from SMS bank alerts from users' phones, and then get the transaction data from it. We just roll that out with our Android device. The second thing that we are doing is rolling out our email scraping proprietary tool. And that allows us to achieve that same thing. It is going to be rolled out by next month. And so with those two key pieces of technology, we hope to get that number. No, not that we hope. We will get that number from 30% to 70% within the next quarter, right? And the reason why this allows us to pilot into the mobile money market is because our core proprietary technology, which allows us to read bank SMS alerts, which also applies to mobile money alerts, enables us to have a unique sort of stance a unique stance in that market that allows us to get banking transactions or financial transactions on the go without necessarily having to connect with an infrastructure partner like Mono. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you very much, Onyinye. Thank you, Bright. I'd like to stop both of you at this point. Thank you for your time this evening, and thank you to our judges. Onyinye, you may turn off your video now. To our judges, thank you very much. Please kindly score Onyinye and attain my stash snapshot, I beg your pardon, on vision, proposition, organization, economics, and milestones. I'll just give you a few moments to do that, then I'll bring in Oluwatomisin, who is our final finalist for tonight. If you're just joining us, the hashtag to use is hashtag DAAYTA2022, and you can also download the brochure bit.ly/DAAYTA-2022. Okay, thank you very much. We've listened to 6 finalists. Pretty interesting night. I think data gets better and better, with each passing a year. And for all the finalists, the beautiful thing about this sort of meeting is that you have literally everyone who is judging you tonight is an investor. And so that's good for all of you, because you never can tell what can happen. And I found some of you pretty interesting. I see the scale already, so kudos, great stuff. And I told TD behind the scene that Poem does really good job, because people are just completing their pitches under 3-4 minutes, and it's making a whole lot of sense, giving everyone the meat. So I see Ina saying done. I'm just waiting for 1 or 2, and then we can quickly take the very last finalist for this evening. All right, Dr. Ndidi says done. I'll wait for 1 more. And we will just move to Oluwatomisin, Vinsight Limited. Okay, thank you everyone for your time this evening. Thank you for your patience. We are just about, about entering the home drive, So after this, we'll go to the judges. The judges would go to sort of a separate room where they have conversations on who will be crowned the winner of DAAYTA 2022. I'm looking forward to hearing about that person and that solution. All right, at this point, let me invite Oluwatomisin of Vinsight to give his own pitch. Oluwatomisin, over to you.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. My name is Tumi Kolaole, and I'm from Vinsight. At Vinsight, we are building an inclusive world for the visually impaired. First of all, I'd like to start by telling you the story of a friend. Her name is Mary. Mary was an exceptionally brilliant student. Her aim and goal was to become a world-class poet. But fortunately, due to chronic cataract disease, Mary lost her eyesight. And when Mary got back to school, Mary was unable to read and navigate her environment independently. Due to this, she sadly had to drop out of college. According to WHO, about 26.2 million persons who are vision impaired and suffer the same fate as Mary in sub-Saharan Africa. And as a result of this, they are unable to read and navigate the environment independently, thereby losing access to inclusive education and job opportunities. At Vinsight, we're currently solving this problem by creating a solution which helps to foster digital inclusion for the visually impaired, thereby giving them access to inclusive education and job opportunities. So how did we do this? We created a mobile software application known as Vices. Vices is an artificial intelligence-enabled mobile software which helps visually impaired persons to read books independently by simply converting pictures of books to audio outputs for them to listen to. It also works by scanning the environment for objects, scenes, and colors, and thereby giving them an audio feedback to guide them on where to move and how to navigate the environment. As at now, I would like to say that Vices is currently being used in about 7 schools of visually impaired across Nigeria, including Paseli School of the Blind and Bedela School of the Blind in Lagos. We also have over 5,000 visually impaired users at the moment. The Vices business model is very simple. We have two models. The first is a B2C model, whereby users subscribe for our product on Android or Apple Play Store for a subscription fee of $3 per month. And the other model is the B2B model, where we partner with schools of visually impaired and other organizations to install our products in schools of visually impaired for a lifetime fee of $250 per unit. And later on, we'll charge them with $10 per year software upgrade. Currently, we've been able to generate a total revenue of over $100,000. $30,000 of that $100,000 came within the last 3 months. And I also like to state that we've just recently raised an investment of $120,000 from Startup VC in the US. This investment will also help us to scale our solution across the US. We're also currently partnering with Atos and GIS to facilitate scaling our solution across Europe. Our team is pretty much made up of engineers, doctors, and business experts. My name is Tumi Kolaole. I'm a biomedical engineer and a doctor, and I have about 6 years of experience in building health tech solutions in Nigeria. And our CTO is Adeson Ayokunle, who is an AI expert and also a machine learning expert, and has over 7 years of experience in building tech solutions for startups within Nigeria. Our operations manager is Olarino Lokunsoye, who has about 4 years of experience in managing operations for startups in Nigeria, and is also a doctor. In our board, we have a few partners, Startup VC, which has invested in us. We also have other partners who have supported us in Core Group, Atos, and GIS. We are currently partnering with Alcyon, CC of Nigeria, and Act Foundation Nigeria. Our current goal is to ensure that we expand further. Our aim is to ensure that we reach a mark of 100,000 users in the next 18 months. We also plan to raise an investment of about $1 million within that same timeline and expand to other African countries. Also, we plan to ensure that we reach a milestone of $500,000 revenue per year. We like the support of the ARM because we believe that partnership with ARM will give us access to be able to achieve our goals. And even more so, we believe that mutual partnership and support from ARM give us access to networks and resources in which we can use to drive more digital inclusion for the visually impaired and underserved in Nigeria, and thereby make impacts at large across Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tomisin. Another interesting pitch for an evening. Wow, you did it right on time. Okay, so yeah, I see the judges already wanted to ask question. Pretty impressive. Kola, Kebaba, over to you.
Thank you, CFA. Thanks for the great pitch. You talked about 100K in revenue so far and 30K, I believe 30K in the last few months. How many users does that translate to? Because I see that you have a $3 B2C subscription, where you see more traction on the B2B end or the B2C end, and maybe break that down a little bit for us. Thanks.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Kola. So currently, majority of our revenue in Nigeria has actually been via the B2B model. We've had lots of partners, Roddenberry, Atos, and GIZ, who have helped to subsidize the cost for visually impaired schools. So for instance, now we have a solution in about 7 schools of visually impaired, and most of them either install 7 to 10 of the units of our software in their schools, and each software is about $250. So majority of our current revenue actually has come from the B2B model. And that's one of the reasons why we're trying to scale digitally. So that's why we currently just launched our app on the Android Play Store. So if you go to the Android Play Store and you search for VISIS devices, you'll be able to have access to our app. And the major thing we looked at is for affordability purpose and easy scalability. That's why we're currently working with Startup VC to scale across the US, because there are about few other solutions like ours that have been scaled effectively in the US and in Europe for a subscription and monthly fee. So what we are looking at doing is in Nigeria and Africa, we are going to use more of the B2B partnerships. But while in Europe and in the US, where we're currently scaling, we are going to be focusing more on the B2C revenue, which is $3 per month, and it's somewhat affordable for that particular market and climate. Thank you.
Okay, Ina, over to you. Thank you.
Okay, so Tom is saying, what makes your B2C value proposition unique? There are thousands of text-to-speech apps in the store. There are hundreds of audiobooks out there in either the Apple Store, the Google Play Store. What makes your solution different from what these other apps offer, and essentially making these apps an alternative to what you're offering?
Thank you very much for that. So one peculiar thing that makes our app unique is the fact that we currently use NLPL, natural language processing, to fine-tune the post-processing process of our application. So what that simply means is this: if you notice, most OCR technologies currently don't give you the best feedback in terms of audio outputs. So what we did was we were able to integrate some NLPL algorithms that helps to give a better feedback when you use it. And aside from that, it goes beyond just reading books. It also helps you to identify objects, scenes, and colors. And currently, we are also able to develop a technology that helps to navigate the environment. So what we're looking at doing now is integrating this particular feature into our application at the moment. So that's one of the reasons why we are looking to scale the products across Europe and the US, and even in Africa, in terms of Nigeria and Ghana.
Okay, thank you. Victor, please, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love this product so much because I've there's an accelerator Google used to do for not-for-profits. There's a particular startup I made, that was similar to this, in South America. So I'm happy for the first time we're actually having something like this also in Africa too as well. So for me, customer acquisition is I'm looking at you're doing more of B2B now, okay? So for B2C, how are you doing it? Because I'm just curious. I'm not trying to take you down or, for the visually impaired, how do you now let them know that you exist, or or are you targeting their relatives, or how are you doing the customer acquisition for B2C?
Thank you very much for that question, sir, because that was something that took us a bit of time to figure out. So currently, how we're doing this is this: we currently have a platform, more like a WhatsApp platform, where there are lots of visually impaired users. About 1,000 visually users on Telegram and about 200 on WhatsApp. So what we did was we first connected with Federal Society of the Blind. Our product is actually Federal Society of the Blind in Lagos, and through that we're able to get access to more visually impaired users. So what we do now is there's a new update of our app that's currently going to be launched in the next 1 month. And currently, the people on the platform are the ones who are doing the beta testing before we launch it out to every other person. So what we do is once the app is being launched, we send it to these users on the Telegram page and the WhatsApp group, and from there, they scale it out to their other colleagues, because most vision persons, they have different communities. So one thing we are really trying to do is connect first to communities and use communities to reach out to the other users at large. Aside from that, we're also looking at doing digital marketing to be able to reach out to the families and friends of these users that will maybe connect them to our solution.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Dr. Ndidi, quickly, let's just do it in 1 minute. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely awesome. I noticed that you have profitability, no answer. So I just wanted you to fill in that gap. And my question also, I mean, especially from a perspective of inclusion, other than the visually impaired, there are so many in our population that cannot read, but are actually incredibly intelligent. I'm wondering whether there's an application there as well. And lastly, I haven't seen anything about intellectual property. It's very clear that you're kind of cutting edge here. How are you protecting that? Because it looks like this is a really potentially high potential global export. Well done.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, I'll start from the last question. For the last question, we've already gotten a trademark, and we've also filed for our IP. IP takes a bit of time to get, so that's why we've not gotten the full the certificate for our IP, but we've already filed for our IP. In terms of profitability, sorry, we're not yet profitable, but what we're doing is we're trying to ensure that we burn at a very low rate, because we just raised an investment of $120,000. So which means that before we break even, we forecast that in the next 3 to 5 years, we should be able to break even, because one of our major questions is to ensure that we have a very low burn rate, and at the same time, trying to achieve the same level of sustainability and impact that we want to achieve.
Okay, thank you, Oluwatomisin. Thank you to our judges. Our judges, please look out.
Sorry, CFA. Tomisin, yes, he missed out one response that was important to me. And that is the other segments to which your product can be applicable to. Please.
Yes, so sorry about that. So something that I even forgot to say is that we are currently even trying to partner with Macmillan's publishers. So one thing we're trying to do is we're trying to partner with publishers whereby we help to digitize most of these books and make it available for not just visually impaired users, those who also have reading impairment, to be able to read or have it on the go via our AI technology. So that's one particular segment we're trying to cover, because one thing we noticed was when we were initially doing our pilot in University of Ibadan, where I schooled, we discovered that aside from vision impaired persons trying to use it, we also had some students also just trying to use it during their exams when they find it difficult to read. I just need somebody to read to them. As a medical student, I can really experience that, because I can relate to that, because most times you have so many things to read, and you just need somebody to just read to you. And that's one segment we're also trying to look to cover. When we start scaling via digital marketing, we ensure that our marketing team also tailors a bit of our value proposition towards that particular segment. Thank you.
All right, Oluwatomisin, thank you very much. Thank you to our judges. To our judges, please look out for the Zoom breakout link. It will be shared either privately or in the chat with all of you, so that you can just, yes, it's been shared now on the chat. Please, join that particular room, so that you can have a conversation on who will be the winner. And you can also use the opportunity to rate to score Oluwatomisin based on the speech. Thank you very much to our judges. Thank you very much to everyone. This is the result collection period. It's like when INEC, when the election is done and INEC is waiting, to announce the winner. So we will just wait. So while we give the judges just about 10 minutes max to sort of deliberate who would be the winner. One thing that I must say is that I've watched data evolve over the years, and I'm pretty impressed by this year's pitch. I like what I hear, but we will see and we'll know who the judges decide would be the winner for DAAYTA 2022. Remember, the hashtag is DAAYTA 2022. Thank you to our audience. We still have over 160 people 2 hours after. Thank you so much for staying this long. We know that if people stay on virtual calls for well over 2 hours, it means a lot. It means that they are getting value from the program that they've sort of joined. So thank you very much to all this, and also to everyone on the back end. Thank you for all the amazing work you've been doing. Okay, so at this point, I just say we'll wait for the judge. This is DAAYTA 2022. We're just about hitting home run. And this is where we sort of know who will be crowned the winner of DAAYTA 2022. And once the judges are out, I will call on the Grandmaster himself, TD, to share with us who would be the winner. And I hear that they are almost out, so I'm waiting just to hear. You can get the brochure online, bit.ly/DAAYTA-2022. Also, the hashtag is #DAAYTA22. A big thank you to the ARM team for putting this together and for standing by the ecosystem. This is very impressive. Hopefully we would get to see what this initiative has done in the last 3 years. We'll get to feel the major impact in a short time from now, because some of the companies that have been supported can go on to do great stuff. Now, each year somebody goes home with the prize, the star money, the prize money, right? And last year it was Tokwe Sulaiman, who is the co-founder of ScrapPay Technologies. And his company is there. His company is growing, he's thriving. I still see his tweet, I follow his updates. And I know that, this initiative must have made a difference in his life. So let's watch this short video as Tokwe shares with us a few his thoughts after winning the ARM DAAYTA 2022. Please, producer, if you have Tokwe's video.
How we found out about DAAYTA was by email. So we got an email from one of our colleagues that informed us about the program, and we then put up an application afterwards. At the first application, we did not get in as a finalist, but subsequently what we decided to do was to put up Google Alert to inform us exactly when the program came up again and we'll be able to apply, which we did. And my co-founder was the one that directly did the application, and we became 2021 winners of the DAAYTA program. What the experience has been so far since 2021 till date has been really, really important to us, especially around two key areas. And the first is going to be around HR, because the program allowed us to be able to put structures in place, ensure that you had a roadmap, and ensure that every role and responsibility can be clearly delineated and anybody knows exactly what they were doing at every point in time, without 100% having to do a close monitoring or micromanaging people. So the other thing that it did for us was from the EDC program. EDC is from Lagos Business School, which is also a part of the DAAYTA experience. So it allowed us to step back as a technology development solution company to say that we are very similar to every other company, say construction or confectionery, and see exactly how we can optimize processes outside of the technology. And we could see exactly how process optimization, how building on the businesses was really important for us, and the technology that we felt was the most important thing can then be used to optimize that. So HR and business development processes were the two most important things that the DAAYTA experience has done for us. On the other hand, the network of businesses that we're able to connect to, from the EDC program, from consumer goods to construction to automobile fixing, gave us other avenues to also expand our business offerings to these people and see exactly how we could grow our numbers as well. So the advice I would give to the finalists of the 2022 DAAYTA is that honestly, it is it's something that is for a long haul. The mindset has to be for that. It has to be that this is only a stepping stone to where you want to get to, and if you are not there yet, you're not stopping, and that's the only thing that can get everyone to where they want to go to. So it becomes really, really important that that mindset shapes what we're doing going forward. Whether you become the winner or you do not become the winner, it doesn't determine what progress or what you're going to do going forward.
At this point, I would like to, before I call on TD, because I understand the results are out, before I call on TD to share with us who the winner of DAAYTA 2022 is, I'd like to say that the winner will receive a star prize of 12 million naira. 12 million naira, that will be the star prize. Let me just break it down. It comprises of working capital. It also comprises of a program at the Enterprise Development Center of the Pan-Atlantic University, and a 5-month solution support services for the development of your venture, and that's for the winner. All right, and so this is 12 million naira is going to go to someone now. At this point, I like to call on the man we call the Grandmaster. Sometimes we call him the Grandpa, or simply called TD. TD has done a lot for this ecosystem, and it continues to do a lot for the ecosystem. TD, please do us the honor of announcing the winner of DAAYTA 2022. Thank you very much.
Okie dokie. Well, Shay, well done, but you sort of take the rare position. Rashid and Ali Greens come sixth, sorry. 5th up is Emmanuel and Aaron. And then 4th is Vincite and Toriola Oladeji. 3rd, Bolu Gamp. The runner-up for the 2022 DAAYTA is Onyinye of my stash, which means the DAAYTA 2022 winner is D. Olivetti Global Enterprise, led by Tunde Adeyemi. Congratulations and thank you.
Oh, thank you, God.
All right, where's the winner song?
I'm here.
No, I know you are there. No, I know you are there. We want to celebrate. Just relax, man. I know you're excited. Just
to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up.
Right. Tunde, congratulations, man. I see you're excited, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have to honor you with that song. I just allow you just say a few words quickly. Just share. How do you feel?
I'm so happy. I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful to God, and I'm grateful to DAAYTA for this wonderful opportunity. I thank Mr. TD, the judges, the panels, the organizers, and my fellow competitors. You all did great. I never believed I could come first because everybody came with great ideas. It's very tight, so thank you very much all. So it's a great honor. I'm very, very happy. Thank you.
Awesome. A big congratulations to you and everyone who has pitched tonight. Today, I see you're so excited. Awesome.
Yes.
You know, for everyone who has pitched tonight, I tell you one thing, and you know, everyone, you know, all the judges also know that it doesn't mean that, you know, your product can't scale. It doesn't mean you can't go out, you know, to do great stuff. You know, it's just what it is, right? One person has to be the winner, but you also can continue to win. Take the feedback, you know, improve on your product, you know, and you certainly can do better. So I'd like to say big congrats to Tunde and everyone that pitched. Amazing stuff, and thank you to ARM. At this point, let me call on Osahon Ogemudia for the congratulatory message. Is Osahon here? Yeah, I see you.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, let me say that all the finalists are winners because out of about 900 applications, 7 people came to the final round. All are winners, but at the end of the day, just one person has to get the prize. I don't think anybody should feel bad for those of us that did not get the prize. I can see comments saying, please send me the video. You may be surprised that some people will reach out to you later. So don't feel bad. Keep pushing. Out of 900, 7 finalists, and you guys have done really, really well. So once again, from everybody here at ARM, I want to say congratulations and well done. All the best to you in future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Osahon. Yes, you're very correct. It's a possibility that we can get to reach out to, you know, some of them, some people on the call. I would reach out to 1 or 2 people as well myself, and who knows what can happen. But yeah, it's been a really, really great night for everyone. I love the fact that the pitches are better. I mean, for everyone who has actually gone ahead to pitch tonight, I can assure you that your pitch is actually good. You know, it's actually good. Like, it's you just need to just build your product, you know, make it better. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to our finalists. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to the DAAYTA team behind the scene that have worked so hard. Thank you to ARM. Thank you to every single person that has joined us this evening. We sincerely appreciate you. Yes. I'd like to call on Wale Udutola to give us the closing remarks and vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CFA. Can you hear me? Please confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
And see me.
Yes, please.
Excellent. Okay. So I think it's been an excellent evening, I must say. You know, I think the program, in my view, gets better, you know, every single year. Doing this remotely and online doesn't take much away from the quality of the event, the quality of the presentations, and also the eventual outcomes. We've had an excellent evening, I must say, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the presentations. And you know, given all that is happening in Nigeria at this point in time, if one was, you know, losing hope or losing faith and feeling hopeless, I think this, in no small way, helps restore one's faith in this country that things can actually work, and that we have great minds. And if that potential could be unleashed, you know, Nigeria will be a great place years to come. So to all the finalists, I say thank you for putting in the work. Thank you for the efforts that you have made, and thank you for you know, for in your own little way helping make this country a better place. To the winner, I say congratulations, and the work really is just beginning. To all the finalists, you know, success in this event is not it's not mutually exclusive. And, you know, there's a saying that what you lose as you make in the streets. And I think my challenge to you is for you to go back look at your ideas again, take the feedback that you received from the panelists and the questions that were asked, and make a success of whatever it is that you've chosen to do. Improve the ideas and just put in the work to make a success of this. But well done to everyone. To our judges, what better way to spend your Friday evening? I say a big thank you to all our judges. Ndidi, Sadiq, Victor, thank you all. Fola Shade, Kola, as well as Ina. Thank you for spending the time with us. Thank you for your diligence and for your support, and for making this evening the success that I believe it is. So the program, so the team that put together this program, Uche and our team, excellent work once again, and we look forward to an even bigger and better program next year. TD, thank you for helping and anchoring and helping take this to the finish line. I think your enthusiasm, your diligence, and I think just the rigor that goes into this whole production, I think speaks a lot of the person you are and the passion you have for entrepreneurs. And thank you once again. To other members of the DAAYTA team that I may not have mentioned, I think I must say you've done excellent work again today. And the fact that this really is a cross-functional team that's pulled from various departments speaks to just how collaboration, good collaboration amongst colleagues can produce excellent results. So thank you. I think in my view it's been an excellent evening, and I thank everybody that attended this event. Deji, this is your legacy. And to you as well, I say, a big thank you for this. Have a good evening, everyone, and I wish you all the best as we go into the rest of the year. Thank you. CFA, over to you.
Thank you, Wale. You capped it all. Great job. Well done, everyone. Thank you for this evening. Thank you for your time. I mean, this is the future of our dear country, and we say big